Nikil Saval, Cubed, A Secret History of the Workplace. Dive into the fascinating world of office evolution with Nikil Saval's Cubed, A Secret History of the Workplace. This book's summary takes you on a journey from the early days of clerks working in cramped, small spaces, through the era of Taylorism, to post-war Germany's organic office landscape designs. It unearths the significance of technological advances in altering the dynamics of the workplace, the growth of the skyscraper, and the emergence of the open office concept. Discover how the ever-changing office design affects human interaction and worker satisfaction, and ultimately leads to the creation of the notorious cubicle.
Evolving Workspace Revolution. Nikil Saval dives right into the shifting dynamics of workspaces throughout history, showcasing the swings between open and private settings. By unraveling the evolution of design trends, he cleverly connects the physical environment to its impact on productivity and worker satisfaction. Critical attention is given to the roles of technology, worker autonomy, and collaboration in modern office layouts. Saval's unique perspective illuminates the future potential of office spaces as we continue to redefine what work truly entails. Rise of the office clerks. As industrialization hit in the mid-19th century, administrative jobs became essential in the workforce. Clerks, who performed tasks like filing papers and organizing accounts, emerged as a significant group of employees. Initially working in cramped, dimly lit spaces called counting houses, their numbers grew so rapidly that workplaces needed to accommodate their expanding roles. This led to the formation of separate office spaces for clerks and manual workers, giving rise to distinct work environments. Clerks usually worked in close proximity to their bosses, forging close relationships and becoming trusted confidants. This model evolved over time as businesses continued to grow and adapt. Evolution of workplace efficiency. When envisioning the office of 1860, one might picture a small work environment with a singular boss and a handful of clerks. As technology progressed over 6 decades, businesses experienced significant growth, demanding a larger workforce and office space. By 1920, crowded workplaces, vast rows of desks, and unclear task distribution were the norm. Enter Frederick Taylor, whose innovative management system, dubbed Taylorism, revolutionized the workplace, emphasizing specialization, efficiency, and productivity by compartmentalizing each worker's role in the grand scheme of the company's operations. In the years between 1860 and 1920, the business landscape transformed, largely due to advancements in technology. Railroads allowed markets to span the continent, while the telephone and telegraph rapidly accelerated the spread of information. These leaps forward enabled the construction of more and larger businesses, hence increasing the need for workers like errand boys, typists, and messengers. However, with this rapid growth came chaos and confusion in office spaces that had been hastily designed without considering the implications of these expanding industries. Responsibilities were unclear, and management practices were not yet established. That's where the American engineer Frederick Taylor, 1856 to 1915, stepped in with a game-changing approach, Taylorism. This revolutionary concept divided work into specific segments, allocating each worker to perform specialized tasks. Not only did workers become cognizant of their exact duties, but they also understood the importance of completing them quickly. Taylor's method soon became synonymous with efficiency and the rise of mass production. As Taylorism gained traction, businesses began to develop dedicated administrative branches to manage the ever-growing number of employees and their tasks, setting the stage for further innovations in the world of office management. Thus, the transformation of the modern workplace had begun. Skyscrapers, Growth and Social Divide. The rise of skyscrapers during the mid-20th century symbolized growth in business and ambition. As administrative branches expanded, particularly in cities like New York and Chicago, the staggering amount of office space being constructed led to a shift in workplace design. However, tensions arose as labor movements criticized capitalist practices and the widening rift between office and factory workers. To appease the situation, businesses aimed to give office employees a sense of exclusivity and importance with various amenities within these towering buildings, ultimately creating a distinct social class. Skyscrapers, a marvel of modern civilization, represented both ambition and success as they morphed the cityscapes of New York and Chicago. Between 1871 and 1923, New York saw an astounding 74 million square feet of office space materialize, transforming its skyline. The rise of these colossal buildings signified a change in workplace design, as multiple offices were vertically stacked upon one another. While the growth of skyscrapers and expanding administrative branches reflected the essence of progress, it simultaneously sparked tensions between labor and capital. Chicago, for instance, faced an active labor movement as businesses acquired more office space, inadvertently driving up rents and the cost of living for working-class people, predominantly factory workers. The tipping point occurred in 1886 when a bomb exploded in a Chicago building connected to a labor union gathering, illustrating the palpable divide between labor and the corporate world. In response to these conflicts, business leaders sought to establish a distinction between office and factory workers. As a means to separate these groups and foster a sense of pride and unity among the office class, employers started providing various amenities within their skyscrapers. These facilities, ranging from libraries to barbershops, aimed to make office workers feel valued and distinct from their factory worker counterparts. Consequently, skyscrapers served not only as a beacon of prosperity but also a foundation for a new social class in the working world. Bürolandschaft, redefining workspaces. The Bürolandschaft concept revolutionized office design by taking a human-centered approach, focusing on the organic flow of human interaction. In the wake of World War II, German brothers Wolfgang and Eberhard Schnell founded a space planning firm, Quickborner, which challenged the hierarchical, efficiency-based office layouts that dominated American workplaces. The Bürolandschaft, or office landscape, emphasized the importance of communication, individual privacy, and interaction needs, with spaces designed to fit those factors. Quickly gaining popularity, major European firms began integrating this concept, while the architectural press brought attention to its innovation. This movement sparked a new era of more open and flexible office designs in countries like Sweden, England, and even the United States, ultimately changing the way offices around the world were designed and arranged. The quest for efficient workspaces. Imagine the bustling activity in an open-plan office, with noise being a prominent concern. In the 1960s, designers tried to address this issue by introducing sound screens between desks. However, these screens were often allocated based on hierarchy rather than efficiency, and they still failed to block high-pitched sounds or ringing phones. Around the same time, Herman Miller Furniture Company hired art professor Robert Probst to enhance their office manufacturing business. Probst believed a healthier physical environment would improve mental work output, developing the concept of the action office. The concept prioritized standing and sitting, movable display surfaces, and modular walls for privacy. Sadly, this idea was too costly, leading to the invention of the cubicle. Driven by cost efficiency rather than progressive ideas like workspace mobility or employee health, companies eventually opted for the affordable, small, enclosed cubicle as their go-to workspace solution.
In conclusion, Cubed, A Secret History of the Workplace paints a vivid picture of how the modern office has evolved, revealing a fascinating interplay between technology, management ideas, and architectural innovation. From tightly packed counting houses in 19th-century New York to the human-centered Bürolandschaft concept in post-war Germany, the book demonstrates how office design has always balanced employee needs with cost efficiency. While genuine attempts have been made to create healthier, more accessible workspaces, as highlighted by Probst's Action Office, the cost factor resulted in the invention of the cubicle. The summary provides invaluable insights into the history of our inherited workspaces and leaves readers pondering what the future office landscape may hold.